Today we're going to play Universe Mode series, but it's the year 2000. I want to personally thank The Wolf Says for supporting the Universe Mode series and the channel with a super thanks. It's week 1 of July and it's Monday Night Raw. The tag team champs, Edge and Christian, attack the Hardy Boys on their way to the ring. The Hardy Boys are scheduled to challenge the champions at the pay-per-view Fully Loaded. The Undertaker was making his way to the ring to go one-on-one against his brother Kane. The match was going as you can imagine with these two monsters of men. Guys, this was a pay-per-view quality match that was being given for free on Monday Night Raw. The American Badass, The Undertaker, was getting the upper hand on Kane when all of a sudden, the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, rushed to the ring and launched a beatdown on the dead man with a kendo stick, hitting The Undertaker over and over again. It was decided that Eddie Guerrero was going to defend his European Championship at Fully Loaded. To gain the advantage in the road to their upcoming match, he decided to launch a sneak attack on the #1 contender. The main event for this week's Raw was Jericho versus Triple H, but the match never started because these two decided to get into a brawl outside the ring. Jericho bit the bait and got provoked by Hunter. Triple H had the upper hand on Jericho, and it seemed like he was almost trying to end Jericho's career. Now it was time for Thursday Night SmackDown, and the first match of the night was actually pretty insane. Kurt Angle against Chris Jericho, with the winner potentially earning a title shot in the future, either for the Intercontinental Championship or the WWE Championship. Jericho was still hurt from the savage attack performed by Triple H last Monday night on Raw, and Kurt was watching his back after what he did to The Undertaker. The match was going in favor of Jericho, who was looking to end the match with his signature move, the Walls of Jericho. However, Angle managed to escape the submission, and now he was getting the upper hand. Angle was also looking to finish the match after an Olympic slam. But wait a minute, the American Badass is here! The Undertaker is coming to the ring, but Kurt doesn't know. Kurt is trying to submit Jericho and win the match. He breaks the ankle lock and is looking for the last ride. He hits Kurt with his signature move. The dead man has gotten his revenge, and just like that, Jericho won. But wait, Triple H is here on SmackDown too. Triple H is giving Y2J a beatdown. What is all of this about? Now they have lowered the steel cage again. Jericho is at the mercy of Triple H as he continues laying the smackdown on Jericho. Once again, Triple H gets the upper hand on Y2J. The APA was coming down to the ring for our second match, but the Dudley Boys attacked them from behind. An upcoming #1 contender match between the two teams was brewing in the back, and the Dudley Boys were looking to soften the competition. For our third match, it was the Big Show against the Big Red Machine, Kane. After Big Show was unsuccessful in putting Kane down, he went under the ring, grabbed a ladder, and proceeded to hit Kane with it. Guys, let me know in the comments who you think was better between Kane and Big Show. Oh, the Big Show wasn't done yet. The Big Show grabbed Kane and body slammed him through the ladder. I know the Big Show is a giant, but you definitely don't want to mess with Kane. After The Rock won the main event of this week's SmackDown, the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, Stone Cold Steve Austin, went out and attacked The Rock. Then Austin grabbed the belt and hit The Rock with the title. The Rattlesnake has let The Rock and the world know loud and clear that he is taking back the title at Fully Loaded. And that was week 1. In week 2, the Hardy Boys gave Edge and Christian a real beating as payback for what happened in week 1. They showed they weren't taking things lightly and left the champions hurting. Next week, we were going to see the Hardys against Edge and Christian in a ladder match at Fully Loaded. For the second match, we saw Scotty 2 Hotty from Too Cool against the #1 contender for the European Championship. The match ended quickly after a couple of German suplexes and a diving headbutt from the top rope. After the match, the champion Eddie Guerrero again attacked the #1 contender with the European Championship, repeating what he did the previous week. After The Undertaker interfered in last week's match between Kurt and Jericho, Angle has not let it go. He has been targeting The Undertaker's leg, even though Kurt was the one who started all of this. Now, Angle feels that Taker took something from him after helping Jericho win last week. And for this week's main event, Triple H, accompanied by the women's champion Stephanie McMahon, was set to take on the Intercontinental Champion Rikishi. This was a very fun match to watch, but in the end, Triple H was able to hit the pedigree and beat Rikishi. Now, Triple H got closer to a title shot after that win, but Jericho was here, and it was payback time after all those beatdowns from Triple H. Jericho finally got his chance to strike back. He wasn't just looking to get even, he was looking to get ahead and end the game. It was Thursday Night SmackDown, and the show kicked off with Bradshaw and Farouk facing off against the Dudley Boys. The winner of this match would earn a chance to compete for the Tag Team Championship after Fully Loaded, facing the winners between Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. The match was quite close, but in the end, the Dudleys managed to secure the win. However, they didn't show sportsmanship to their opponents and instead kicked them out of the ring, adding fuel to the fire. Speaking of fuel to the fire, this week, Kane got his revenge on Big Show, doing the same thing Big Show did to him in last week's episode. It was officially announced that the Big Red Machine Kane would take on the Big Show at Fully Loaded. In the third match, we were supposed to get Trish and Lita in a one-on-one match, but a brawl broke out. Everyone was throwing punches. Test and Albert brawled with the Hardy Boys in the ring, while Lita and Trish were on the stage ramp. Officials and referees tried to break up the fight, but nobody seemed to want to stop fighting. The Hardy Boys were scheduled to fight at Fully Loaded, so it wasn't very smart of them to engage in a fight against Test and Albert just days away from their championship match. The main event of this week's SmackDown was an inverse deja vu. Austin won his match, but as he celebrated, The Rock attacked him with the championship belt. And that was week 2. The pay-per-view started with a championship match for the tag team titles. The champions, Edge and Christian, defended their tag titles against the challengers, the Hardy Boys. It was an epic ladder match with bodies flying everywhere. With Jeff taking it to the extreme, the Hardys were able to climb the ladder and unhook the tag titles, becoming your new tag team champions. In the second match of the night, Eddie Guerrero defended his European Championship. Despite the grueling nature of the match, Eddie managed to hit his frog splash on the challenger and secured the win, retaining his European Championship. In the third match, Chris Jericho took on Triple H. This match had become really personal on the road to the event. Although Jericho put his heart into the match, the game was able to hit the pedigree and walked away with the win. In the fourth match, the American Badass, The Undertaker, took on the Olympic hero Kurt Angle. This rivalry started after Angle made the mistake of attacking the Dead Man. The match was pretty good, but in the end, The Undertaker was able to hit the last ride on Angle and walked away with the win while also teaching Angle a lesson. In the fifth match, we saw the Big Red Machine, Kane, take on the Big Show. The match was physical and brutal, with the Big Show even putting Kane through the announce table with the chokeslam. However, when the dust settled, Kane was able to hit the chokeslam on the Big Show in the middle of the ring and secured the victory. In the sixth match, we saw Lita accompanied by the new tag champs, the Hardy Boys, taking on Trish Stratus with Test and Albert. Lita was able to hit her moonsault on Trish, securing the victory and adding another win to the night. And finally, in the main event, Steve Austin was looking to take the WWE Championship from The Rock. After many tense moments, Austin hit the stunner on The Rock and pinned him in the middle of the ring, becoming the new WWE Champion. Guys, let me know in the comments which year you want to see next. Bye!